From Sandringham to South Yarra, you're listening to 88.3 Southern FM.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to The Dose, your weekly prescription of news, obscure sports, and random segments.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. It's
Wow.
our first show with myself, Stef, and...
Not Stef.
Not Stef. Welcome,
Yes.
Not Stef. Is that what I'm going to refer you to you as?
No. My name is Mick. I'm a Gemini. I like long walks on the beach and making people laugh.
And pina coladas in the rain.
Yeah, yes.
No
If you're not
worries.
into yoga, we're not going to be playing that song at any point tonight, just so you know.
Thank
as
goodness.
well.
All right. You're listening to The Dose with Mick and Stef.
Yes.
Just so we're
clear.
Show.
Yeah, just so we're clear. You're Stef, I'm Mick, yeah.
I'm glad we remember our names. It's
Cool.
vital to begin with.
Well, we already established who the more superior goatee grower is out of us two, so they can't see it, but I'm rocking the Viking and you look like a hipster.
I come from Frankston, so I find that offensive, actually. I'm somewhat offended. No,
Are you offended? Are you going to cry into a soy latte after this? I bet you are, aren't you? Yeah. Orange Frappuccino.
I tend to have my black coffees, mate. So, but
is it organic coffee?
Is it organic coffee? I thought everything was organic that you could consume. I mean, this whole thing of is it organic or not? It's an argument that it doesn't make sense to me. But look, the Dose is all about bringing you various segments which we're going to try and achieve for you. So we're into our news.
Yes.
Yeah, been reading the news, mate?
No.
No? Vikings don't read the news. Hipsters read the news, apparently.
No, we just pillage.
That's
all we do. We pillage.
Pillage,
We
ride around
create-
in boats, wear horns.
Create
How do they
news.
fit into your van when you wear the horns, mate?
Huh? I got a sunroof,
Right.
so the horns just stick out. Yeah,
A horn roof. All right.
horn roof. Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, we're not going to go into serious news, folks. You get enough serious news. So we look for the odd stuff out there, and so
Because we are odd.
we are. Well, we just spent how many minutes discussing beards and lattes. So
Yeah.
so in the news today, Twisties has announced a new flavour. That's right, spicy ramen. Their news blurb, their press release describes it as the spiciest twisty ever made.
Oh.
Which isn't a benchmark that's been set too high in the past. I mean, you've had chicken and cheese flavoured.
Yes.
So having the spiciest twisty, all they had to do was add a bit of pepper. I don't know. It's a limited edition, which automatically makes it something to be
For all you twisty enthusiasts out
something
there,
to be coveted. I think is the word we're searching for.
yeah, it's time to bulk buy.
Right.
It's time to twisty hoard. You know what I mean? Like keep it right next to the toilet paper. Yeah, just hoard away.
So is that a hipster thing to be going after the fancy pants chips?
No, it's if you like the chips before they are mainstream.
Oh, so they're not mainstream yet. But if
Yeah.
they're limited, they're not mainstream.
Well, it depends. In about 2 years,
You know more about hipsterism than I do, being
I know.
an alleged hipster.
mate, know your enemy. That's what you have to do, man. Seriously, you have to. Well, that's the thing,
I like
though.
it.
I'm going to tell you a true story right now.
Okay.
I actually buy just normal instant coffee that you just make out with a kettle.
Do you get the nastiest stuff you can find?
Yep.
Because I go the Aldi stuff, the stuff that's like $3 a jar, right?
That's what I do.
And it's made out of mostly, it's probably mostly dirt, just flavoured with whatever's left from the coffee refinery process.
Yep.
And it tastes brilliant. I don't mind it. But then again, I've got no taste buds.
Well, I do it because one time I was actually buying a coffee and I started to complain about it. It's like, he's burnt the beans. It's not organic enough. It's just not really. And then I realised I was becoming the thing that I hate. So from now on, I buy myself that coffee so I drink it just to remind myself where I came from.
Okay.
And that's what we have to do.
Right. You're not going the international roaster, yeah? 'Cause that's getting highbrow.
No, absolutely not. No international roast here. Just the cheapest that you can buy. I'm not even
Cheapest.
too sure if you'd call it coffee. It's like knockoff coffee. It's called cough. Cough. I really enjoy my cough.
Love it.
Now-
Love it.
now-
Just cough.
Now with extra strudel.
That's right. All right. In other news, so this is from the ABC Online. So we genuinely got these from real news places. We've not made up the news ourselves, which you'd probably think we would. And apparently some Australian small towns are working overtime to celebrate their moments in film stardom. And this is all based on the fact that I think Liam Neeson is out there making some films in
Valhalla.
In Valhalla, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's still out. I think he's spent 3 months into production. He's probably still hanging around.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. How long do the feature films take?
It takes forever, they could be there for pretty much 8 months.
Have you been involved in feature films, or
I've seen them, and I've been kicked off the set. You know what I mean? Because I tried to go and steal, some stuff, but not try to steal. The stealing's bad and stuff like that. I just wanted to borrow some stuff and sell it on eBay for an unreasonable price as limited edition. But that's against the law. It's all politics.
I've only been involved in TV shows, never a film. So I was an extra on Rush. Then they cut my scene.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be a policeman, and then they
hipster policeman.
Exactly. And I groomed myself within an inch of my life. But when I turned up, my Frankston roots shone through, and they said, "No, you'd make a better crook." So they doctored some fake tattoos on me and dressed me in prison greens.
Okay, so you're obviously a hipster prisoner.
That's right. My other efforts included I was on an ABC show called The Fist, which was family friendly despite the name.
Yeah.
And so I was supposed to be a bogan battler or something or other, and I ended up with literally half a second of screen time.
And it's just you ordering a coffee?
No, it's me with a pool cue ready to beat up people.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right. So
cool. Sounds like a good thing. I was on the news once.
You were on the news?
I kid you not. I was on the news, not actually...
Were you like one of those witnesses to a crime?
No. I was up in Queensland. They had this massive flooding and people were still swimming in the beach. I was one of them. So I was walking out and I had my pasty white body coming in from the beach. And it's and that didn't stop some holiday goers. And there's my there was...
So they picked you as a holiday goer because you didn't have a tan. Can't be a Queenslander.
I was glowing in broad daylight. I was that white. It's hey, look, Casper's at the beach.
You weren't like the bloke with the kayak, because every time they have a flood, and it can be an inland town that hasn't seen rain for 40 years, but there'll be some bloke going down Main Street with a kayak as soon as there's a flood. Right? He's had it in his garage for forever, just waiting for that flood.
Just for the flood. It's my time to shine. I will be the kayak man.
Fair enough. Anyway, so... some of these towns are cashing in or still cashing in. So Clunes, apparently, they've been the scene of numerous shows, but one of their claims to fame is Mad Max from 1979.
Oh yeah.
Silverton, near Broken Hill, they've done the following Mad Maxes. I think Mad Max 2 and 3.
Didn't Cooper Pedy though do some of them as well?
Possibly.
Yeah, I know Mad Max 2 was filmed out of Cooper Pedy. There's apparently this urban legend you can find one of the interceptors buried there.
Oh, yes, I think it's the one they exploded.
Yes.
I think it's still there.
Yeah.
I know the original Mad Max was also filmed around Werribee because they needed something desolate and...
Okay, so we're back down Frankston.
But Werribee was a different town back then.
Yes, yeah.
So to any of our Werribeans who might be listening. Yeah. So, but my favourite is Dimbulla, which is famous for a movie named... Dimbulla, that's it. So,
it is actually named that.
That's named that. That's right.
Oh my god! And what happens in Dimbulla?
It's about a wedding in
Dimbulla.
That's it.
Okay, cool. Has it got zombies in it?
No, it's got Bruce Spence, who does look like a zombie if you squint, because he's got that zombie effect to him. So yeah.
But no zombies not going to watch it. Well, they did another one, Road to Nil. I wonder if they're going to actually try to.
Did they have zombies?
That didn't have zombies. It had retirees. Close. Apologies to all our retirees.
There'll be a few of them in Nil. There's not much else to do in Nil.
Yeah, I know.
If you're going to retire, it's a good place to go.
Yeah, that's it. You know what they're going to do? They're going to actually probably, next time we do this show, they're going to probably all rock up on, the RSL courtesy bus, and they're all just going to be waiting out the front, and they're all just going to beat me with their new hips or something like that. I think I just annoyed Nil. But hey, you've got Werribee and Frankston who are gunning for you now. So
They are. They will be. That's right. I'm very, very scared. Although I will say this, Frankston crooks aren't really... people sort of give Frankston a bad rap, but I'm here to give it a good rap because Frankston crooks actually aren't that well coordinated enough to carry out a successful crime. I mean, they don't actually plan anything in advance. It's more of a case of if we've left the car unlocked, beware. But other than that, I think you're fine.
Isn't Frankston, though, the only place that we can actually say on record is the place that had the Olympic torch stolen.
It did
from
indeed. It did indeed. One of my favourite references is that when they were carrying the torch for the Sydney Games, it actually got stolen in Frankston.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't stolen by a Frankstonian, it was stolen by somebody from Crib Point, who were famously they hoped to live in Frankston.
Yes.
So that's an achievement.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they figured by stealing the torch they might get an honorary Frankston citizenship or something.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what their thoughts were.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what that person's up to though. Like, that's just their claim to fame.
You reckon they got the newspaper photo at home showing everyone they stole the Olympic torch in Frankston?
Yeah.
I reckon they would.
Yep.
All right, rounding out the news of odds and sods, we've Mike Tyson is trying to revive his I guess his retail career now, in addition to his boxing career. He has developed a range of cannabis lollies, and although we don't encourage cannabis lollies, but this one's well worth mentioning. These are edible ears.
Oh my god!
Coming in a range of fruit flavours, right? In honour of his 1997 bout against Evander Holyfield, where he nibbled a bit of Holyfield's ear during the fight. Which then became known as the bite fight. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
The bite fight. So it's not as mentionable as the rumble in the jungle and the thriller in Manila. So he's just called he's participated in the bite fight.
The bite fight, where a guy got his ear bitten off. There you go. That's your slogan right there.
Yeah.
For your edibles, it's like you did not hear yourself getting stoned. Yeah.
So I'm not much of a lawyer, and I wouldn't expect to be, but I'm wondering if Evander's got anything to say about this, copyright wise. I mean, it's his era after all, isn't it?
That lobe actually got sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The what? Sorry,
the lobe, the bit that got bitten off. They
hung on to it. They hung on to the bit.
A sport auctioneer actually purchased it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently it's an actual replica of the ear with a bit nibbled out. So
yes.
that's the lolly.
Yes. Cool.
All right.
Alrighty.
I think we might want to go to our next song.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One thing that we are going to do here is we're going to do actually old and new. So we're going to keep it Australian, old and new.
I like it.
You like it? So who we got now?
We've got Butterfly Effect with Always.
You're listening to 88.3 Southern FM, the sounds of the Bayside.
And you're also listening to The Dose with Mick and...
Not Mick.
Not Mick, exactly.
That's right. Better known as Stef. So, all right.
I mean, I don't know. Just when they were said, we need you on the radio with, Stef. I'm like, oh, who's Stef? She sounds nice. But now, here you are.
There you go. Well, I'm glad that I've met your expectations.
Yes.
So. All good. So carrying on our segments, we're into obscure sports now.
Ooh.
So it's not like AFL played in Tasmania or something like that. No, we're actually going to go and check out some of the stranger sports around the world. And one that's been brought to my attention is chess boxing.
Okay.
Like this is chess, the game. With
rook to knight,
rook and
7.
kings and queens and that. Not chest boxing where you're sort of chest thumping each other.
Yeah.
It's actual chess boxing. So the way it works, players play rounds of chess and boxing till one loses by either a checkmate or a knockout.
Okay.
And it is actually a legit sport. It's governed by not one but two world governing bodies.
Yeah.
I can't work out why it needs two. But there's a World Chess Boxing Association and a World Chess Boxing Organisation.
Yeah.
I can only assume that they've got two of them because they need to have someone to fight against.
I don't know,
They probably have these organisational bouts, so to speak.
When you hear about this stuff, I'm just calling shenanigans on it. I bet you a bunch of guys have gotten together and say, hey, let's mess with the world.
Yeah.
Let's mess with the world. I guarantee that two guys in a studio somewhere in Australia
are going to pick up on this.
Are going to pick up on this and do a segment on it. And I bet you one of them is going to have a really good Viking beard and the other one's going to be a hipster.
Bloody hipsters.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit more about my research on this one. First of all, I had a quick look at the directors. So the directors of the World Chess Boxing Organisation, they're pretty serious. They've got their photos up there. Mm. The president, she's a champion. She's in the 55 kilo women's class.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't look like she's had a few too many hits to the face. I think she's better at chess than she is at boxing. But some of her other compatriots in the lineup, they look like they've had a few knocks and blows. So yeah.
Is there anyone that's called actually takes after the name? Like there's a boxer out there called Phil King. You know what I mean? And it's just or Johnson Queen or something like that, or Bill Rook, or
they've actually taken their names.
Fred Castle, some guy there that's actually he's boxing one day. It's like, you know what? I just need something to take me to that next level. And it's like,
rambunctious Roddy Rook.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Phil? What do you want to do, John Bishop? He's like, wait a minute, here we go.
That's right, John the King Hit King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I reckon there might be. Anyway. It traces its background to where it began from, to a boxing club in inner city London in the 1970s, where some training partners would play chess in between bouts. So they'd play a game of chess, and I guess depending on who lost and who won, they'd probably be a bit more fired up for the bout, and they'd smack each other to kingdom come, and then get back to playing chess.
Okay,
so
that you do, yeah. After a nice tea and a scone, of course.
That's right.
Yeah,
all very English-like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to give you a darn good thrashing there, Stefan. I'm just going to put up your dukes. I'm just going to go and give you a little smacking.
Marcus of Queensbury rules.
Yes, I'm going to tan your face for such insolence. I don't know why, but yeah. Cool. So that's where it's at, huh?
That's where it's at. So it's into its 20th year. So first international competition was held in Berlin in 2003.
Okay, cool.
Which I can't believe the Germans went in for this. It's just like. Someone, they're usually serious dudes, and someone turned around and said, okay, just combine the chess and the boxing, you just fight and play chess. And they'd be like, I was surprised they got their heads around it.
Yeah.
Because I used to work for a German company, and they tended to be pretty serious. So they didn't care what time I came to work. They didn't care what I did at work, I should say.
Yeah.
They cared what time I got to work.
Really?
So I could spend all day doing nothing, just passing the time, which I did. Probably about 3 days out of 5.
Oh, wow, okay.
I won't mention the company.
No, it was not Volkswagen.
It was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
So we don't mention our day jobs, mainly because we'd like to keep them.
Yes, exactly.
I will note, however, the chess boxing is still alive and well. Most recently had their 5th World Championships in 2023. Russia came out on top with 9 gold medals.
Nice.
5 silver. Germany came second with 6 gold medals and 2 silver. And Kazakhstan, Borat's home country.
High five.
High five. That's right. So they're into the chess boxing.
All right.
So someone should let Sacha Baron Cohen know. There's some more gold to be mined in the Borat in the hills of Kazakhstan.
Yep. Absolutely. So. All right. Sweet.
Okay. The other obscure sport I want to report on is wife carrying.
Okay.
All right. So this is a legit sport. You might have heard of it. North America is where it's most popular. Their rules state that the teammates are not required to be married.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have to be your wife. It could be someone else's wife you could be carrying off.
Oh, okay.
So this might hark back to your Viking roots.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that was something you used to get up to in your...
Yes.
Thousands of years ago.
That is the darker side of the Viking history that we won't go into. But
fair
yes.
enough. A helmet from the wife is not always required.
Okay.
According to the North American rules.
Yeah.
This doesn't reflect international rules, and there is no minimum weight for the wife. So I suspect some of the teams might be cheating in that they're getting some undersized wives involved.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be your wife, but they have to be married.
No, they don't have to be married.
Oh, okay. So I just go grab a
teammates don't have to be married. It says quite clearly.
All right. But they don't not married to each other, just not married in general.
That's a part I didn't check. So there we go. Bit of homework.
Yeah. So we could actually just have a little baby on my shoulder and I could run with it. I'm not going to obviously do that, but then babies are pretty.
I think they have to be adults. There might be an age limit. So
there you go. I almost found a loophole, and I was going to be the wife carrying champion of North America.
All right. Now, so I think they have to be. Yeah, okay, that's a loophole. I'm pretty sure that loophole's been closed.
And yeah, my dreams are just being dashed.
Well, I was going to report on the Australian version of it. So the national championships in Australia are held at the Singleton Show.
In Dimboola?
In Dimboola. New South Wales, Singleton.
Okay, cool.
It's out near what's the valley up there with the Hunter? That's it.
Hunter Valley. There we go.
All right. So at the Singleton show for 2023, this September 2023 was the most recent championships there.
Yeah.
Elliot Earnshaw and Adelaide Taylor were the winners. So,
yes. And they did Dimbulla proud.
They're both very non-gender specific names. I'm wondering who carried who.
Yes.
So I suppose we'll go. Elliot sounds a bit more manly, but these days, you could go either.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Isn't that right, Stef?
Well, with my name, yes. It could be. It could be either or.
It is short for Stephanie.
Well, no, Stefan. So
Stefan.
Yeah.
Stefan.
Stefan.
Do you ever pronounce it Stefan?
If I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
It's a parent thing.
I thought it'd be like more of a romantic thing. It's like, who are you? I am Stefan.
That's what I'm trying to be mysterious.
Yeah, I write
and
poetry.
I pull out European, like, I am Stefan.
Yes.
I have my own range of coffee.
Yes.
I just don't tell them I decant it from Aldi.
Yeah, from Aldi.
From Aldi.
Aldi.
All right, I think we'll go to our next song.
Alrighty.
Which is In Excess's Elegantly Wasted.
Nice.
How appropriate.
Which we don't condone, but we do like the song by In
Well,
Excess.
it depends what you're wasted on.
Yes.
So everyone's got their poison, I suppose. And,
Yes.
Get wasted in your own way, however you like, in a safe way.
Safe way.
Let's promote that. Yeah.
Yes.
Safe ways of getting wasted. I'm sure there is.
Sounds good. Alrighty, so what's been going on? What's been going on, Stefan?
It's been going on. It's just been. I guess we've had Easter. We've had. The weather's been. We should give a weather report. It's just wet in Melbourne. Thank you. It's just lots of rooster tails coming off the cars coming in into the studio this evening.
Might get warm again soon, but then always be ready for wetness and rain.
It's been like 2 weeks of no rain, I think. Then all of a sudden it's just come all at once, every bit of it.
Well, it was supposed to be over the Easter weekend. It was supposed to be like 30 degrees. I busted out my pool. I was going to sit out in the backyard and basically do very little.
Right.
And not tell my family that I have a inflatable pool, because then they want to come around and put their kids in it, and it's just like, no, Uncle Mick doesn't want the kids around there.
See, I have my pool in the front yard because I consider it a community service of keeping prices low in my area. So I just sit out there. And
in the budgie smugglers.
Budgie smugglers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
And, it's amazing how few people will. I don't get any crime at my house, despite living in Frankston. It's
really?
because I think people just they see a bloke in budgie smugglers in a blue singlet out the front. They think, yep, I'm gonna keep moving.
Yep, that's a crime in itself. We're going to change our lives around now.
You think I'm responsible for their reform?
Yes, exactly.
Quite possibly.
And that's actually a bit of a segue thing, because that is something you're doing good for the community. But let's talk about something. What are we going to call this segment? Are we going to give it a really cool name? What's
cool
name?
Well, I was thinking along the lines of what gets my goat.
Oh,
so
I like it.
It could have something to do with my family. I come from a long line of goat herders going back in the day. So before I embarked upon my current career, we'll call it it's underpaid technical career.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
You're a shepherd, and these are obviously your flock.
That's how it used to be. Yeah.
Yep.
So
was that joke bad? Wasn't it? Yep. Cool.
I guess if you're hitting on the religious side of it, it sounds a bit Jesus-y, the flock and everything. Was I guess they like to use allegories in religion.
Yes.
But no, I don't think it was religious. They just needed to look after something and earn a living off of that. So that was looking after goats.
All right.
It could be the sheep got what gets my sheep or what gets my badger.
No, I like what gets my goat, because we're going to talk about things that annoy us,
right? And
what really gets my goat.
Do you think goats annoy people? I think they do.
Well, it gets my goat. I think it means like a wolf or something like that. I think
a mate of mine worked in a servo and he had to battle a goat once out in Emerald.
Emerald?
Yeah,
there you go.
But I didn't realise there were that many rampant goats out there, but apparently there are.
Well, that's the thing though, man. We talk about this, but there was not even an ounce of shock that came over our face. As soon as you said Emerald, it's like, yep, that's the kind of place where you have to fight a goat.
Where you're going to get a random goat turning up to your servo.
Yep. It's like, oh my God, where did it happen? Emerald. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So, do you have anyone who really gets your goat? What makes Stefan?
Gets my goat. Oh well, scammers are getting my goat, I must say. I'm
Yes.
getting a lot of calls from scammers of late.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they call me today, and without fail, every 3 or 4 weeks, I get a call from these solar people trying to sell me solar.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried everything, and they still keep calling back. And my favourite is I tell them I live in a tree,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, really, sir? We still have your address here." And they read out it's the creepy bit, but they still have your address.
Your address.
And you
your
don't know where they got
details.
it from. They won't tell you where they got it from.
It's data mining.
So
yeah.
I know. I did have a colleague of mine at work that would try and dissuade them by pretending to be in other various places aside from living in a tree. And my favourite one was I overheard him once that he gets a scam call and he goes, "No, I can't have solar. I'm in jail." And he goes, "It's so lonely. Please come and visit me." He sounded
Nice.
really pathetic.
That works.
I would have
that
visited
works.
him based off of that. So
Well, it's weird that it's actually gone to the phones now. The phones are the ways to go, where it used to be emails years and years ago. I remember I was talking to, because I met a Nigerian prince.
oh, did you now?
Yes,
I
I met
didn't know
him.
they had a royal family.
Yeah, on email the other day, and that turns out I'm royal heritage and stuff.
Oh,
and,
so I didn't suspect you. See, I thought you had more Viking than Nigerian.
yeah,
didn't you?
no, but well, turns out I do in that, and he's got
This
a
could
fortune.
explain why you're so good at running.
He's got a fortune he wants to put in my bank account, and all I had to do was give him my bank details,
Right.
my credit card,
Tracing of your house key.
yep, a copy of my passport, and yeah, basically where I
Oh, fantastic.
live. So yeah.
Yeah, you should have a great credit rating after that.
Oh, absolutely. I totally believe that, I was always somehow related to Prince Gullibill. But yeah. But
My,
so scammers get you, all right?
They do.
So you got the phone scammers.
Yeah.
Obviously, have you got the Facebook scammers? Have you got the people who are like, "Hey, man, have you heard about the Facebook lottery?"
well, see, you should mention that because I've had Facebook people try to approach me and I've ignored them, and so now I'm getting a lot of Facebook friend requests from young, attractive women all of a sudden, and I'm wondering why they've waited all my life until now that I'm locked in with a family that I'm taken. Now they've decided to pursue me.
Yeah.
So but I am still flattered by it. I'm just maybe they got something to sell. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I actually got one the other day,
Right.
and that I'm going to actually read out what one of the comments was that she sent me, and this is actually really, really cool. Yeah, so basically she looks very, very, very beautiful, and that, so good on her. She made the right choice by picking the Viking,
Right.
and that. But this is basically what she has sent me. This was her opening line, which just basically just made me say, "Hey, take my credit card details right now. I'm yours." All right.
Did you just hand them over? Here you go, love.
Hi, insert name. Thought I could hi you.
Thought I could hire you.
Yeah, I think she.
Was she trying to hire you?
No, hi me. She wants to say hi,
Right.
obviously, and that because it's love. She's seen. She's seen.
Is she
my,
Nigerian?
No, she's not. She actually is. Basically, her name is.
She's not from Kazakhstan. Is this one of those chess boxes I found?
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Yes. Subscribe to my chess boxing league and stuff. But yeah, I give it about five messages before they are either going to put you onto Bitcoin.
Right.
Or they're going to put you onto things. So yeah, that gets my goat as well. I cannot stand those scammers.
The only thing about the phone scammers that makes me, I guess that I find funny, is that they call my old man. And my dear old dad's got industrial deafness, although he accuses everyone else of not speaking loud enough.
Yeah.
So he completely denies that he's suffering from this. So as a result, most conversations with him go, "Dad, are you thirsty?" He goes, No, it's not Thursday today. And so when the scammers call him, it's a case of, "What? Speak up! You're not talking loud enough. You don't speak English. Bye bye." And so I can be totally assured that he's never going to get scammed.
Yeah.
Because that can't get through to him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That actually pretty works. There you go. He can be our receptionist or something here. Just answer our phones with
As the dose takes off, we'll hire the slightly deaf to be our receptionist. So you'll always have an interesting conversation if you call in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we love 88.3 Southern FM, and we want to take you guys to the mainstream. We want to take the whole radio station. It's like, what's Southern? What's Southern?
What's Southern?
Southern.
We're not Northern. No, Southern.
We're East. We're East. Yeah. Nice. So there is one last person that I actually want to make note of.
Right.
One person.
This person
who
gets your goat?
Gets my goat.
Right. Who is it?
Now, this is basically... I know someone's going to be... one of our audience out there is going to be hearing this, and they're going to be saying, oh my God, that's me. But I am going to say that it's you. And it is the person who will always start a sentence with, I don't want to sound like a racist, but...
Oh, okay, so...
Yes, every single time. And now, obviously, I don't need your ignorance. I don't need to hear anything like this. I actually hate those people, so I have this counteraction thing that I like to do with them.
What's your counteraction then? So do I impersonate them? So
no, you just said something that's like basically, I don't want to sound racist, but, and it's been insanely just ignorant. And then I'll follow up with, well, man, it's funny you say that because I don't want to sound like a racist, but I hate paper straws.
You hate paper straws?
Yeah. I just followed up with something that's absolutely not racist because they've got to actually sit there and think, well, what does he mean by that? Where do paper straws come from? Which country is he biased against? I'm not too sure. So then they have to sit there and ponder it in their head. And then, boom, I got myself 5 minutes of respite from a moron.
Paper straws? So you just distract them with...
Just distract them with, being a normal human being. And
right, so now they're thinking of paper straws and...
Yeah. It's like, where's it come from? How can I hate this group? How can I be ignorant towards this group? Is it people from overseas? Is it Tasmanians? Yes, it's Tasmanians.
Is that where our paper straws are coming from?
No, I'm just saying that's just like, that's the kind of ignorance they've got. But yes, cool.
All right.
So you are listening to The Dose. You've got Mick. You got...
Not Mick. Stef.
That's there right. You go. Cool. That will
the hipster, as I've now been christened.
The hipster and the Viking.
There we go.
There you go. Cool. How long have you been growing your goatee for?
I've had it, I've had it since I was 21.
21.
I had to grow. It's an odd story. I had to grow it because of a workplace.
Really?
Yeah. So I did an apprenticeship at Ford back when Ford used to make cars instead of just putting badges on Mazdas.
Yeah.
And I know they make their own cars now, but
yes.
I don't really consider them genuine Fords because I'm a purist. And so back when they had the factory at Broadmeadows, and so I was an apprentice there. In the what do you call the maintenance department?
Yeah.
And so and occasionally the boss was an old ex-farmer from Horsham, and he nicknamed me Frankston because I was the only person who drove all the way from Frankston every day to go work at Broadmeadows. Yeah. And he'd go, Frankston, go and speak to the other maintenance crew and get something or other done. And I go and ask them ever so nicely. I said, this 21-year-old fresh-faced kid, and they'd basically tell me to rack off.
Yeah.
And so I grew a beard, and then they started treating me better. So, it's just been an age impersonating thing. Now I just look older than my years by having it, but I feel cold without it. So,
yeah. Well, there you go, man.
So I've just had it for, 25 years now, I think, going on. So.
Do you know what I think we should do, though, for our, 100th show? We should actually just keep the mustache and just get a handlebar going on there.
Yeah,
I'm seeing you with a handlebar mustache.
I've done it in the past, and I tell you what, I look like Chopper's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So it's
Chipper. Chopper, yeah. Chopper and Chipper.
Chopper and Chipper.
Yes, cool.
All right. Melbourne Comedy Festival's on, mate. It's coming along. So
one thing you may not know about me and Stef is we are both comedians. So obviously,
you wouldn't know it from my jokes.
No. Well, yeah, but basically, we are big supporters of Melbourne Comedy Festival. We've got a few friends who are doing shows this year as well.
They are indeed. Shout out to Jade Utes, who's doing Identity Crisis.
Yeah.
At the venue there in North Melbourne.
Voltaire.
The Voltaire, Club Voltaire, that's right.
Yeah.
So check his show out on the Melbourne Comedy Festival website.
Yes. Don't forget about also the One-Liner Show.
The One-Liner Show.
Which is a bunch of comedians. I think it's...
Paul Basile, Milton...
Reese, a whole lot of different ones. You can get all their details on the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
One-liner shows is definitely one to see. A bit of variety there, and I believe that you're participating in a show.
I am indeed. Yes.
Never Date a Comedian.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us about it.
Well, it's a panel show, and that it's been hosted by this lovely overseas comedians, I should say. Basically, they run the panel, and they find contestants or victims like myself who are going to basically be the ones who they try and find us a date, and that. So basically,
I reckon you need help.
They need help, yes. It's all about that because, the whole, dating, why you should never really date a comedian because we are sensitive souls. But yes, but apparently this is being hosted.
So it's like a perfect match with 3 comedians.
Yep.
One lovely lady / victim.
Yes. So different nights, different comedians, and different single people.
Right.
So yes, never date a comedian. And make sure you actually get on.
Where's the venue for that? That sounds.
That is actually at the
like
Grace Darling Hotel. It starts on Tuesday. I'm only on one night.
You're only one night. Okay.
So if you can't make it to see, obviously, me and date me and marry me and make the biggest life decision regret ever, then also it's going from the 9th to the 14th. So it's hosted by Sasha Frank and Marty Lippman. They're actually going to be the ones who kind of interact with the audience and try and find us. See if anyone is. All right. So as we come to the close of our show, I guess for those people who are looking to see a show at this comedy festival, my recommendation would be try and avoid the big name acts. I know a lot of people are looking through the comedy acts online and in the handbook they give you. They're looking for comedians they recognise. Don't worry about that. Take a chance on the local and some of the smaller name acts, because these are the people that are going to be big in years to come. They're also edgier. They don't have to play it safe. They tend to be a lot cheaper. I remember seeing some of the comedians now who are quite big names when they were starting out. You're getting them for next to nothing. So and the good thing is as well, it's also supporting local artists and that, because that's the thing people don't know about comedy is it pays nothing.
Yes, that's right. Stuff all.
That's
yes. Right. You pay to play.
Pay to play pretty much, right. But we all just give up our time and our effort, and we all like to have fun. So make sure you get out there and support it.
Indeed. I think we'll start to wrap it up there. So we really enjoyed being in your ear this evening with The Dose on 88.3 Southern FM. This has been our first show from
Mick
and Stef. So thank you for listening. We're going to take you out with a
long line.
Which will start in just a bit. But just want to thank you all and wish you a safe rest of your Tuesday night until next week.
Rock on.
You're listening to 88.3 Southern FM, the sounds of the Bayside.